Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 8 of my Team Fortress 2 Let's Play series, where it's been a little bit since my last episode and we are returning, where I took some time to play through some Enclave, and I was going to make a full series going through some nostalgia, because Enclave and Team Fortress 2 are two games, weirdly enough, that are super connected for me, because they are some of the first games that I played on YouTube, and most of those videos are now deleted, but I just have a lot of nostalgia for both of them, where I didn't end up making that full series, and I ended up making like a 5-minute video about Enclave, which I'll link down in the description if anyone happens to be interested. But we are back to Team Fortress 2, where I want to go ahead and spend some time today exploring some of the more interesting kind of random sides of the game, where when we are in mode selection we have casual and competitive, where competitive is just like a different rule set of casual, and then we have man versus machine right here, which we'll explore in the future. But I want to take a look at training, community servers, and create server, where let's go ahead and start with training. And I don't really remember how this training mode works. I remember doing it way back in the day, but we can select soldier and then we complete each class to unlock the next demoman, spy, and engineer. So we can go ahead and learn about the soldier, which we've already have done in past videos. You're on your way to target training mode, where we have a movie here, and that is so loud, but we have weapons practice. Welcome to the soldier weapons course. To look around the environment, move the mouse. So really just explaining everything. WASD to move, where we can go ahead and move to here, and then we can go down the staircase. So this is definitely good for people who have, one, never played Team Fortress 2 before, and two, maybe haven't even played any games, an FPS game specifically, where we can go ahead and select different weapons. I tend to use 1, 2, or 3 instead of the scroll wheel. I just prefer that personally. Where we can use Q to swap, and then use the weapon called out for each target to destroy them at various distances. So use a rocket launcher, use a shotgun, and then use a shovel. Hit shotgun, shovel, and rocket launcher, and then reload using R between targets and whenever you have a spare moment. I have auto reload turned on, which is kind of nice, but it's maybe a little bad in certain situations, but I definitely like it. Hit both of them, and yeah, pretty much a very simple and straightforward training mode, where let's go ahead and wrap up the soldier one. So now we're gonna have some moving targets. Oh, they're actual bots instead of just the wooden targets, where we can use shotgun and we can kill the enemy medic, the poor enemy medic. But this is kind of an interesting room that we can just exist in here, where I think this is used for workshop stuff too, or maybe it's a different map. Finish off injured enemies at close range, or we can just use it from afar as well. I wonder if this pyro will air blast my rocket, and I got a critical rocket there. But it's just kind of cool to see a random map that is used for something very specific in the game here for this training area, and you don't really ever see this location anywhere else in the game, though it does feel like a lot of other locations that you do explore on different maps, because it uses the same tile set and whatnot. This medic is just staring at me, waiting for his demise, not even fighting back, and I guess he's actually probably healing a little bit. And there we go, we completed training. So return to the main menu by pressing done and select basic training to explore a round of Team Fortress 2. So we can come back into the training tree here and complete each class to unlock the next. We're 50% complete with the soldier. So let's go ahead and start training, or continue from the start of part 2, or start over. So welcome to Dust Bowl, a control point map. When the setup timer reaches 0, the round begins. So just throwing us into a proper round kind of here with some bots, where we're going to wait for 45 seconds. And I actually really kind of like this training, because it's the closest to a campaign we kind of have in Team Fortress 2, excluding man versus machine, but that feels very different than a traditional campaign that you would experience in a game kind of any other FPS game that has a campaign, where we can like complete the soldier and then we move on to like the next class. And it seems like we have like some special like missions where we can go ahead and have an outing in Dust Bowl, and I think that's just kind of like, you know, a cool concept. Wish we do see like Man vs. Machine and we see this in Team Fortress 2, but we don't see any like real like flushed out campaigns available to play. Where let's go ahead and come through here on our soldier and see what we have to do. Where we have set up gates, and then we have the soldier who's actually shooting back, and our allies are helping. Let's try to kill the heavy real quick, or we can kill him. And then we have this capture point here. The soldier is not looking at me, and then he killed himself when he finally turned around. And then we captured that, and then we could probably just like get onto the point. Okay, it looks like the scout is going to try to kill us. Let's sit on the point, just capture this. And there we go. Let's get up here. Oh, let's not get up there. So now we are learning about the medic. Now that we're in a new version of Dust Bowl, where we went forward one of the maps, and where the medic will ubercharge us. And I wonder if you can like press E to make him come for us, or is he just going to pocket us the entire time, which is interesting. Another interesting thing about like the training tree here is that, oh, we have to leave to like look at it properly, is that I think I completed all the missions like way back in the day, but it seems like it reset for me, so it doesn't seem like it's like saved on like the Steam cloud, and it's saved potentially on the computer, where I'm not sure how many computers I've had since I first started playing Team Fortress 2, but it could also maybe be saved from like maybe time played, where maybe like resets after a while or something. Let's get out of here. Let's get this medic to heal me way back there. And there's like two to the left, I know, but if we come here really quickly, and there's nobody here except two of our allies have made their way here as well, we can just easily capture this, and there's a soldier for us to kill. Final round. Dust Bowl consists of 3 rounds. Capturing both control points advances the game to the next round, where we are on the 3rd one all by ourselves. Where we have an engineer now, can increase effectiveness of their buildings through construction, repair, and upgrading. Let's take this teleporter, and we come out to the entrance here, where we can see this sentry just obliterating all these enemies, and then we die in a little bit, so let's go ahead and heal up. And let's see, where there's an enemy sentry gun we have to defeat. So let's just reload our rockets, and oh, avoid that. And then I wonder, is there another? Let's get across here. And we have a bunch of teammates now. And I wonder if they're going to make the final point of this a little challenging, with maybe a couple of like sentries and whatnot, or maybe we really have to rely on our teammates here a little bit for help. We can't just 1v, it looks like 1v5 them. So let's come around the corner and see what's going on. It might just be straight up easy. He's trying to repair or upgrade his sentry gun. I don't think I destroyed it. Let's get around here. Just killed our friendly scout. Where there it goes. Let's get down here. And I'm not sure what the best thing. Oh, probably not falling down. But let's try to kill the engineer. That soldier's gone now. Let's try to get healed and just get on the point maybe. And I don't know where that soldier went. There he is. And it looks like we have successfully completed Dust Bowl, which I think takes us to the end of our training here. Where let's go ahead and disconnect, or press done actually, and then come into training, get started. We have now completed the soldier, and we can explore the demo men. But I think that's all the basic training I'm going to look at now, because it's going to be basically the same thing, where we just learn some different things about different classes, and probably a few different tricks that we have learned throughout our time playing Team Fortress 2 thus far. But we also have offline practice, where we can do control points, King of the Hill, or payload. Let's just do King of the Hill because I don't play too much King of the Hill. Whereas to expert, bots 24, start practice. And we have so many teammates here, 11 to be specific, where we have 2 teams of 12. And we can go ahead and come through this way, where I'm not a big fan of this map, but it's kind of fun to play just for a moment here. Where let's see if I can even... The engineer standing still, and I literally wrist against him. Where, okay, let's kill the heavy. We got soldier there. And honestly, playing against bots, I know it's kind of like a weird thing for like a lot of people, but it's actually something I kind of enjoy if I'm just like looking for like a kind of casual experience, or I just want to load in and just like kind of like go through the motions of playing like a class or whatever, where I can run around, I can like rocket jump around on a soldier and try to get some market gardener kills against bots without having to deal with like actual players. You know, it's just kind of some fun. And then some other people, you know, only play with bots because, you know, online communities can be definitely kind of weird. And I think it's a little unfortunate that like a lot of people kind of like look down on people who like play exclusively with bots because they're just trying to play the game, you know, and have fun on their own. But you know, that's just how life goes sometimes, where I definitely do not care when anybody plays with bots, especially since I don't, you know, really ever know when somebody exclusively plays with bots because I'm not meeting them because they're playing by themselves. Let's just try to get a couple more headshots and then move on. Oh, can we get like a tricky kill here? Oh, that engineer. There's a heavy there. There's a spy somewhere. The soldier is pulling attention. Let's kill that engineer and let's move on. We're really similar to that. We can go ahead and create our own server, where this is going to load up a bunch of different options, where we now have server types that were recently introduced to Team Fortress 2, which is really cool, and I love this so much. And then we can also change like all these game settings and whatnot, but we can just pick like a random map, where the one that was auto selected for me is altitude. Let's go ahead and just start that, and we can just explore a map. We could use the map for like training purposes, we could fight against bots, you could try to go for achievements, and so many other different things. So this is the altitude map, and we can go ahead and just like, if you wanted, run around. I can add some bots, and I can use like special console commands, or I could also like enable cheats, and then I could like fly around the map, and I can like change a bunch of variables for like health and damage and whatnot, and just create like really custom servers, where that's what a lot of people do actually. And then you can go even further by using different tools to create your own custom maps, which a lot of people spend a lot of time doing. And most maps in Team Fortress 2 were actually made by like third-party like people who are just making maps for a game that they like, or making maps because they enjoy making maps and they use Team Fortress 2 as a canvas, where there are like some official maps from Valve, but a lot of maps are community made, and the community as a whole organizes a ton of stuff. And I don't get super involved in the Team Fortress 2 community, and I also have like voice chat and text chat turned off for recording purposes because I don't want to edit a lot of the stuff out. Where let's go ahead and just explore a few random servers that happen to have a bunch of players on right now doing a few different things. Where we can come into the community servers here. Let's hit refresh, and then I'm on LAN internet, and then we can go ahead and refresh like this, and let's put players to the top, where we can go ahead and join a 24/7. Oh, I remember this one. Let's first join this 2Fort, which is a really popular server that always has almost 64 players playing, meaning 32 players fighting 32 players. And if you know 2Fort, it's a really popular map, but it's also a really small and cramped map. So having like 64 players in this map is kind of an insane experience. Let's join blue. They both have 28 players right now, and we can go ahead and just see a bunch of engineers and a bunch of other players. Or there's a soldier here, and we can come out to the center where there's actually not that many people. We have a healer on us right now, which is actually nice. I'm surprised I didn't die to one of these snipers. Let's try to get across here, where there's a heavy here that we can try to kill, and we actually did kill him. Here's a soldier who almost died. That spy could have killed him, but we also have a really fast respawn, which is nice. So let's go ahead, run out here, try to help out. Where this is, you know, just a server you just played to mess around on. People aren't necessarily trying to like win or anything, where they're just like playing to like shoot each other and have some fun. We could play some Zombie Escape, which is a game mode that is pretty popular in the Team Fortress 2 and also in different Counter-Strike communities, where you start as a survivor and you have like one zombie, and when the zombie infects others, they become zombies. Where this is definitely an interesting map for this, and it has actually become an official game mode, which is kind of cool, and it's available during the Scream Fortress event. Here, let's get up here. Oh, I cannot. And there's like 10 seconds left too. I got into the 50v50 player, and we are on Dust Bowl, which is kind of an interesting comparison to see Dust Bowl here with 100 players versus Dust Bowl with a few bots for training purposes. And I'm probably just going to get absolutely annihilated whenever I come anywhere. And we have some medics here helping us out. Do I dare peek this corner? There's so many players. Maybe it's a good thing we are on a heavy where we can just take some extra hits. Let's try to get healed back up. This is probably definitely a really good map to farm some healing points for our medic. Let's actually just do that. That's kind of a cool shot there. Where maybe we'll just run naturally, can run with this soldier, can try to get everybody over healed. And we do have a fair few medics, but I definitely feel like there's so much damage coming in because this is definitely going to be really challenging when we have this one tiny chokehold right here and there are 50 people just like shooting down this one chokehold, where we're not going to be really able to like push forward here at all. We could try to get, we have like 9 medics now, I think. We could try to get like 9 Uber charges and push in with like a few heavies and soldiers and whatnot. But also the respawn timers are going to be really interesting because there's going to be 50 players just respawning and coming out to like contest the points. Alright, let's just try to keep everyone alive, and we can see that we can accumulate 1 million total heal points, and I can get a lot of that progress here. Just heal everybody up. There is only 5 minutes left, and also if you look at the top, to the left and right of the timer at the top, it's kind of funny to see all of the different like class icons for everyone on both teams, because it's just like tiny slivers instead of like the boxes for faces that we see when there's a normal amount of players. Back to the front, where there's a lot of people that need a lot of health. I'll just sit back away from all the fire, and hopefully maybe when there's like, oh, big lag spike, maybe when there's like 20 seconds left, we'll be able to push with our team. Let's just try to get our Uber charger ready to go. Can heal this heavy who's also healing himself and getting healed by another medic, where I just looked around the corner and I saw like 20 different grenades right there, and that was like terrifying. We have one Uber charge person kind of just going around the corner. Oh, I didn't even see that pyro there, but we can heal up this heavy, and that heavy healed us up, which is super nice. But the heavy just keeps taking splash damage from all the different projectiles. Yeah, let's try to heal some of our other friends here. Another type of server that I remember playing a lot on are jailbreak servers, which I'm not going to do since you need to have voice chat in order to play on jailbreak servers. But there's just like a lot of like classic like games like that, like Death Run and whatnot, and wow. He just killed like 3 of us there, and I almost had my Uber charge, or I had it. That's unfortunate. But there's just like a lot of classic servers. But when it comes to actually playing on servers, I think the game that I played the most on like community servers might actually be Counter-Strike Source, because I kind of played in like a good era where Counter-Strike Source was like kind of dead but like still living, where there were like still quite a few servers, and there was like a dedicated community like playing on those servers, and it wasn't like that bad of a community, I'd say. Where nowadays Counter-Strike Source is just like completely dead, which is unfortunate. But there are a lot of servers like Surf, and then there's like Surf Deathmatch that was like so much fun, and then so many different Death Run servers, and also just mini game servers where you could play like different mini games, which is always super fun. Where I do have a lot of fun memories of just playing on like Source game servers in general, where Team Fortress 2 is a Source game very similar to Counter-Strike. And it can just provide some fun moments when the community gets creative with like interesting maps and rule sets and designs for stuff, where it's definitely cool to see something like this, just like a massive all-out war. It's kind of like Battlefield in Team Fortress 2 right now. We do now have 1 minute left, so I keep losing my Uber charge, but I could try to get it. And I was about to say I saved that person's life, but I did not save their life. I just extended it for like another 1 or 2 seconds. But I don't have high hopes of this team being able to push through this choke point, just because of how this map is designed and how this game mode is designed, where there's just too much damage coming through. Let's try to get an Uber charge up, Maybe we can be the hero that makes the massive play with a noble heavy that wants to push forward. We're at 92%. I think the game is just going to end. We're not even going to have somebody who can contest the point, and that is unfortunate. There's also a lot of like interesting servers kind of related to like trade and getting items, where you can like trade with other players and you can AFK to just get like item drops. Or if you AFK for like a really long time, you can actually get like some decent money, you know, over the course of like thousands upon thousands of hours. But that's not really anything I've ever experienced too much. I've never really been on that side of the Team Fortress 2 community servers. Let's try playing. Oh, this death run is full, but I'm not a big fan of death run in Team Fortress 2. We could play Minecraft Road. This is a trade server. Let's just try it out for a second. Let's pick a scout for this, and we can see it's Minecraft in Team Fortress 2, and this just shows kind of like the creative side of Team Fortress 2 map making, where you can just make like some really like silly maps like Minecraft in Team Fortress 2, which we see Minecraft maps in pretty much any game that has like server options. Where there's like a really popular Halo map, actually, that's Minecraft, that I've seen quite a bit, though I don't think I've ever played on it myself. Where we have like some sort of like tree house building structure here. You could try to find one person to kill and probably instantly die to, where there's just a lot of people AFK. Oh, okay, so we're gonna die to this pyro. That's what's about to happen. Or we could escape through the cannon. I wonder if the water could extinguish us. Where, yeah, we just fully died. Oh, he followed us too, so I was just fully dead there. This game mode is called like Extreme Payload or something. This already seems kind of insane. But this is a cool map. Where, I don't know what I want here. Let's pick Scout, where we are attacking and pushing a payload. I don't really know what's going on here, but I think this is a 20v20 map, where we're currently 19v18, where we have a big payload here, a tank like in Man vs. Machine, and we are blue, so I'm looking for red people to fight. I have to do that sometimes. I forget which color team I'm on, even though it's like incredibly obvious. But this is an interesting map where we can like surf there a little bit. And I don't know what I'm going to try to do against a Flog Pyro on this guy. We have 1 health. Let's push up here, where this does seem kind of like a competitive map and server, where players are actually trying to win. What am I getting hit from? That pyro? I think I'm just missing everything and also just going to die here. Let's just throw that. I think I must have hit a couple of people there. We can heal up for a second. I tried switching to sniper, but an interesting thing with this server is that there are limits on how many people can be a certain class, which is actually something that I like a fair amount. I always hated when, oh, there's a heavy up there. Let's switch to a heavy ourselves, where I'm the 3rd heavy, so we can go above 2 players for heavies. And there's a sentry gun being built on the payload, which is kind of insane. That's cool. Let's get up here, where I think, yeah, I'm gonna get ammo, and let's try to get on the top here, and let's just try to shoot off in like a direction, and basically just never let go of mouse 1. And we got a drawbridge coming down. This is cool. And I was half expecting a sniper to just be aimed at my head as the bridge came down, but that is not the case. We're kind of like breaching a castle right now. This is a really cool map. I like this a lot. We have a friend up there, or is that not a friend? Is that a spy? That was a weird medic. But we have a bunch of allies right here on the cart, and I don't see any enemies just yet, so we're getting like a lot of space here. Oh, there's someone up there. And we're going to be able to push forward here, except I'm going to get knocked off. But I can easily get back up. This is a pretty easy cart to get back on top of. I'm a soldier. Just keep holding me down. Mouse 1. Get some assists. I do really want those assists. I want to get to 1,000 assists. There's another one for us. Just rack up those points. I think I need like 198 more or something. 197 actually. I just checked. We're, oh, 196. And we're getting close to this checkpoint. We need really tall corridors for this cart to be able to like push through here, so the map is kind of designed with that in mind. And let's just try to get some hits. We got another assist there, which is really nice. And we're just pushing towards the end, and then we lost the sentry gun and then got backstabbed by a spy there. But we got a lot of progress, and we have 5 minutes left to push the cart to the final part of the map, where I feel like that's definitely going to be a little bit challenging, where the soldier, I'm ready, he's not going to come, but let's come through here. And let's try to get on the cart, help out. I'm so dead. I died to the spy of all things there. And we can also see that a lot of servers have like a point system where you like earn points from like getting kills and stuff. And it's kind of just like a way to flex on other players and show your dedication to like a specific server that has it implemented. Where I'm kind of distracting a bunch of players here. Let's try to kill this sentry gun. There we go. And then kill the demoman. I had like mini crits there, which was nice, but he had so much healing and so much damage. We have a teleporter, which takes us, where are we? I think we're right at the end, where this is not a good thing. There we go. Let's come down here. Let's go back up. Come back down. Go back up. Let's try to get some heals and ammo. And then let's come through here. Where, oh, this is where I just was when I killed the sentry gun. Let's try to kill a pyro. We got a sniper, a demoman. There's so many enemies from like so many different angles. This is really hard to push into. Okay, let's get down here. Let's help kill everybody. Kill a soldier. And just spray through here. Then, oh, we got disconnected right at the end. Where we were just about to win, but a VIP joined. And I think that's gonna do it for me with looking at training and looking at servers in Team Fortress 2, where it was fun to look at some of the more interesting, like random parts of Team Fortress 2, and we will be looking at a few more different parts of Team Fortress 2 in the coming episodes, where I really hope you all enjoyed watching this episode, and I hope you all are taking great care of yourselves. Remember, as always, to drink some water and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time in Team Fortress 2. Goodbye.